How is it fair that I'm ever alone in a place I can't even?
We met at the start of the year in soccer, in our soccer team.
Yeah. One day Ash played me this song and I was like, I really like the song, and she was like, yeah, we should jam. And so we did.
Well, at the moment, while we're trying to find our feet as musicians, we're just doing a lot of acoustic covers. But we do write our own stuff. Like at our first gig, we played an original song.
I'm trapped in here in a world that isn't mine.
It's called Trapped, and it was about when I first moved in here. I had a roommate who was a complete, well, idiot. We'll go with idiot. And it was just about being trapped in a place where, like, I just felt there was no escape and stuff. And it was actually really cool to write about that because it helped me a lot. So, yeah.
My main inspiration for music is, I don't know, I've been doing it for so long now that I guess like I just play every day because I like it, because it makes me feel good and because I want to do it.
With me, just like all growing up and all through high school, like if I had a bad day, I'd just go and sit in my room and listen to music for like 3 hours and it would just make me better, and that's just what it's been like my whole life. So for me, it's just anyone that plays, like anyone that has the courage to play, because it's not an easy thing to do. Anyone that can share it with the world, it's really cool.
Yeah, I've got a lot of inspirations. Like a lot of people in my family play music. My uncle's always been involved in music, and I've always gone along to his gigs. Our experience in the Canberra music scene hasn't been huge so far. Yeah, we've done a gig at Mooseheads, which went really well, and we've got a few other things lined up. But I guess it's hard to get into a lot of places. Sometimes just because of money, like it's so expensive to record demos and to be able to go and do these things, and a lot of people do live auditions anymore. It's all just you got to know someone, and so that, I guess that kind of makes it pretty hard. There's not a lot out there to let everyone know what's happening. Individual pubs don't do a lot of their own advertising anymore, and so it just makes it hard. And so because of that, it's hard for people starting out to really get a name for themselves and stuff like that.
I've been a part of the music scene, I suppose, since 2003. Joined a band and it was pretty easy to play, so you know, I've been through the whole thing of being an underage youth, playing in youth centres and things like that.
So my deal is pretty much the same as Luke. Like, we all played in the same bands together when we were kids. Well, not the same bands, but the same scene. A few guys that were a couple of years older than us who like put a lot of effort into the music scene and like brought a lot of bands through from interstate as well as overseas. The way Canberra is, they left, and then when they left, a lot of the music scene dwindled, and there was no one there to really pick up the slack.
I'd rather go back to Sydney or go to a bigger city kind of thing. But with Facebook and YouTube, it makes it just so much easier to create a following and stuff if people like you.
I don't think I've ever missed out because I haven't lived for any length of time in another city. There's not a lot going on either. You've got to find, like, it's all word of mouth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to go to people and just ask them, and most of the time the answer is, yeah, no, we don't really do that. And it's like, okay.
At the moment, what we're exposed to is a very tight sort of group and a very tight sound that you have to play. And we also had venues which sort of no longer exist, which would put shows on, on Friday, Saturday nights, Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, every week without fail. You would consistently get 100 to 150 people attending these shows, and bands would see a good cut of that money because it was managed by people in bands. the bands who were playing put the effort in and advertising the gig. They created the buzz, they created the scene, and the participation of everyone around like kept it going, and it was a really positive thing. They'll put a DJ on because they only have to pay them, you know, $100 in a night, whereas, you know, a few bands, if you don't charge a cover, you know, you're having to outlay $100, $200 for each band. So I suppose from a business perspective, it's cheaper to put on, you know, dance music or DJs, but to support, you know, smaller bands and local acts, it's just really not worth your while.
It would just be a lot easier where there was a really well-established music scene.
Always feared, and how's it fair that I am blinded by this light? And I can't even put up a fight because I'm trapped.
We did get a pretty good turnout. Like, it wasn't like bad, but it could have been better. Like, I think the upcoming one should be okay with the amount of people that we have coming.
Because we're advertising it, but it goes up on because it's on their live music Fridays or whatever it is. It's advertised all through the month who's playing, and it's not easy, but we've had a lot of luck in the sense that we just went to talk to one of our friends, and he's like, yeah, let's give it a go and see what happens. I guess it's up to the whole community as a whole to put a lot of work into it. It definitely can be done. Canberra is like one of the fastest growing cities in the country still, and yeah, I think it's always going to be a question of money and how much people are willing to put in to trying something out. And if somebody really wanted to go ahead and try and put a lot of money into it and do things, and then it could be really successful.
In the future, like, I don't care if I'm just playing in pubs. Like, as long as I'm doing it, I don't care. That's just what I want to do, so...